I was holding onto the bars of the bed in the hospital. I felt like Thor holding onto the mechanical machines of the dying star, and I was like, go in.
That game was
Relatable.
episode what?
What's been going on then?
Exactly 29.
Are we on 29?
I just
We're on
checked the
29.
lottery
We have to
ticket with
say
my
it
old
now 'cause I
pot and
keep saying
pan.
it.
Yeah.
Just check the lottery ticket with my old pot and pan.
What are the results?
What does that mean?
We won 700.
700?
700?
Really?
Yeah, 700 pence.
700.
Yeah.
So you're broke.
We're happy.
you've
We're
lost
happy.
money.
So we've got about 1,000 pence worth of winnings to collect now.
So you made £6.
Yeah, we've got about £10 worth of winnings to collect. Yeah. Yeah, £7.
It's
It's all right, isn't it?
What could you get with that?
You could get another couple of tickets.
That's what we can afford. I don't get a Freddo anymore.
You get a couple of loaves of bread, some potatoes, tin potatoes.
Even bread's expensive now. What bread used to
I'll tell you,
be.
it's expensive dough.
We had a nice sandwich the other night. Oh,
You had a what?
God, a good sandwich the other day.
Did ya?
For lunch, I went out, got some French stick,
French.
We?
got some ham, got some pastrami.
Oh.
Yeah,
Pickles?
got some pickles.
Mustard?
Gherkins?
Yeah,
Gherkins slice?
Yeah, slice.
They're bare nice, actually.
What did you have? Dijon mustard?
And American mustard.
American mustard?
American mustard. No, actually, we put the cheese on
He
top.
hates America.
Oh, I love America. I've been there so many
it's
times.
He hates
basically-
us getting America.
It shouldn't even be called mustard. It's
Just I
just
don't
how
think
it-
American mustard goes with what what he's describing there. You need to think more European-based mustard. French mustard, Dijon.
Well, let me tell you,
I think it'd be nice of it.
delicious.
Well done, son.
Put the cheese on top and then put it under the grill,
Oh,
melt
bit
it.
of cheese
and
as
then,
well.
Then put the gherkins and mustard on top, and oh god, that was scrumptious. And what all
we
in
can put it
all,
together.
I don't know how much you think it cost us.
10 grand.
Fiver.
Yes.
Yeah, something like that. But
I've
yeah.
been craving a crusty loaf Dewberry for ages, but it's just
yeah.
it's getting out of the house, isn't it?
You have to
Nice
leave.
bit of French stick. Do you know what I mean? Le Bologna. What's it called? Le Bologna? I don't know.
I'd love to eat, but I have to leave the house.
I know, I've got some lovely sausages in the freezer and I've been wanting them for ages. I thought I was going to do it with all that gear that you just been talking about. Yeah, but I just haven't got any French bread. I went to the shop today as well. So you forget when you're in the shop. It's only when you get home, innit? You go, oh, my bags are empty. It's my fuck all.
Fucking dies of starvation.
Yeah. I bought these like vegetarian sausages and I thought I'd try them out, see what they're like. And like that vegetarian food, you have to throw loads of stuff in it to make it taste nice. Chili, garlic, garlic butter and mayonnaise and anything that's strong in it.
Anything
If you
that's
have-
strong and unhealthy.
Vegetarian version of everything. It's like, yeah, I could eat it, but in comparison to the meat, it tastes kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had a vegetarian sausage last week as well.
Yeah, so all you got to do is put loads of stuff on top of it. You won't know.
You have to cover it until you can't taste it, and then it's like, this is all right now.
Yeah, it's all right, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's healthy as well.
If you can't taste it, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
To be fair, I used to do that with a lot of meat anyway, just smother it in ketchup.
You'd cover
Yeah, well, meat
you'd
don't
cover
really
meat
taste
and
so much,
sauce.
does it?
Yeah, I
what's
love
it
a bit
taste
of meat and sauce.
Not really got strong flavour, is
Ket
it?
and sauce.
Saucy ketchup. Saucy ketchup. Saucy meat.
Anyway, I think we
But-
should talk about the title of this video.
Oh, right. The title of this video is...
He's already got it on.
Well, I'm assuming it's either Bali Belly or Lockjaw.
I don't know.
And that's gonna-
Bali.
Maybe, maybe not, but I'll probably roll into what's happened to everyone lately, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mostly Chris had the worst
God.
version of it.
Yeah, that's probably the worst illness. But apart from the one I had where I almost fell into a coma, that's definitely the worst illness I've ever experienced.
You nearly went into a coma when?
When I had glandular fever,
That was right, yeah,
tonsillitis, and all those other things.
Yeah.
And there's
That
so
was
much
the
more.
worst, wasn't it?
There's so much more life ahead of you.
Yeah.
And you never quite actually got out of that coma, have you?
It hasn't quite
No,
woken
you're still
up.
halfway in it, you know what I mean? These little comforts, don't you? Comfort blanket and things.
Comfort coma.
If you get scared or if you're frightened, you just put yourself into a coma. Like them goats, isn't it, that faint when they think they're going to get attacked.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like fight or flight. I
Yeah.
just freeze.
Fight on the flight mode. Over the pilot.
Flat and shite.
Yeah.
But I started feeling it when I came back from work.
Well, should
And
we say the origins?
Oranges
Yeah,
are good
sure.
for you. That'll probably stop you getting ill if you get the oranges.
Obviously, the fans are going to be like, how are you getting
Hold on.
Bali Belly when you never leave the house, Chris?
What's Bali
You
Belly then?
fucking idiot.
well, Jake was ill before me, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Well, I
he
caught
went
off
to a
bare.
pub called...
I got confirmation that I could say this All right, so I can say.
So you went out for a meal in Bali, the village, and you got a dodgy tummy, and that's why I call it Bali Belly.
Beth was in Bali.
Oh, Bali, not Bali. I thought you meant Bali.
No, Bali.
Yeah, Bali.
You know the country Bali.
Yeah, I've been there.
Basically, Bali Belly is apparently something you get from the like bacteria that's in their food. Normally, it's mostly the water.
I never got Bali Belly.
Especially that ice cubes, apparently, but it's basically mostly
You
their
never
water.
have ice cubes. Only ever have bottled water. Never have ice cubes. That's the golden rule. That's the first rule.
But obviously,
As soon as you get off the plane, you say, stop a minute, sir, stop a minute. And the captain that flies the plane, he says, don't have any ice cubes.
apparently though, you can get it from the food as well, like the bacteria. But it's just
Be
bacteria.
careful. Never eat when you're out there either. Never eat the food.
Never eat or drink when you go out there in that really hot country.
God damn.
But it's just
have
bacteria
chicken
we're not
skewers.
used to, innit? Because we don't live there, basically.
Well, I mean, I'm lucky. Got cast iron stomach. I've never had New Delhi belly or
what I
Bali
thought
belly or
Belly
nothing.
belly.
You know,
Delhi belly.
Too many sandwiches.
New Delhi belly. You know, New Delhi. But yeah, I've never had an upset doobery ever. Maybe once I had a bit of a dodgy thing. Yeah, and that was in a Chinese restaurant in Cebu. And
Letchworth.
it was in Southeast Asia somewhere. Anyway, right, you know all that food that goes around and all that, yeah?
Yeah.
You try and catch it, yeah? Well, it was just covered in cockroaches everywhere. I've never been to such a cockroach-infested restaurant, but I was so hungry for it. Now, fuck it, I'm starving. You know what I mean?
Every scoop had a cockroach on it.
I think I might have it on video. I'll show you later.
Oh, that fucking sounds like some sick shit.
Yeah, that island is absolutely caked in them. You know, I had them all in my room, crawling all over me, in my bed.
Just asleep, like not like fat. He's just like
Yeah, and they're crawling on my face.
like in his mouth, going in and out of his ears.
They were huge, you know what I mean?
Thinks it might be the food.
Massive.
They went in his arsehole and he came.
I heard this clumping sound in the night, and I got me torching, and there was a cockroach here wearing my boots. Yeah.
He got robbed.
Yeah.
They walked in with a baseball bat,
Yeah.
like, in their hand.
Cheeky blink cockroach.
They started moving him
Yeah.
out. He was asleep. He was just like floating.
They picked up his bed and they just started sitting on his couch.
I had to
with
catch
TV.
him, like, and I tried to say, you dirty fucking cockroach.
Ain't they really hard to kill?
Yeah, he
Oh,
stepped on
yeah,
it.
we was wrestling for ages, yeah. And he pinned me down like that, yeah, and like that, and I tried to bite his fucking
That
head.
sounds kinky.
He got 6 of them. I kept moving them.
You went to step on him and he grabbed your foot like that.
Yeah.
Fucking knocked you off.
I'll tell you what, there are bastards. And they're really, really clever as well.
Really?
Yeah, one nick remote control you, and you just go through all the channels.
Research how to get rid of humans.
They know when you're coming. They're really quick. They're just mental. Oh, they're something like that big, and they love dog dropping poo shit. Oh, it's horrible. There's loads of strays over there.
Yeah.
They love it. It's like, fudge cake and fucking ice cream. They're all over it. I can't get enough of it.
Oh,
Yeah, it's gross.
that's nasty.
That's probably why I had a dodgy tummy there.
Yeah.
Wasn't not bad dodgy tummy though. To be fair, it was like only like one go and it was gone. But that's the only time I've ever had it.
Damn. Oh, I'm not surprised. But what? You wasn't that bad though.
Nah, got cast iron stomach.
Damn. He's
It's
almost
funny,
immune.
because talking about getting like stomach aches from fancy places like there or
Oh,
Bali.
I didn't have any of that. All I've done was like a bit of oxtail soup come out.
Well, I remember I
oxtail
got a
soup.
really bad stomach ache from from Dragon King.
Yeah.
Fucked me up before I went to go watch Endgame.
You
at
had to say the
cinema,
name of
and
the
it just
place.
ruined it.
Really?
Yeah, fuck Dragon King. I heard after that. I remember I said it to someone. They was like, "Oh, I know someone that got like the shits from it," and apparently a few people have had it from Dragon King.
That's bad, isn't it?
Yeah, ruined Endgame for me when it first came out.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not the most hygienic place.
It's probably cockroaches there as well.
I can put the fan on. Look, it's gone all sad.
But all right. Anyway, what was he saying?
The fan looks sad. We just put up Viagra into it. Look, it's gone all floppy.
Oh, one of them ones. So basically,
Yeah.
Beth got Bali Belly from Bali. She fainted on the plane because it got that bad. She was puking, fainted on the plane.
I fainted on the plane as well on the way back from there.
Did
From
you?
Bali.
Yeah, I ordered 2 beers and a whiskey. Yeah, they wanted £28.50. I fucking what the hell? For bloody hell, do you know what I mean? They ain't even first class. You know, I wasn't even second class. You know, I was down below with all the chickens and goats. Fucking hell, what's going on here? Meh. Well dodge.
Fucking getting orders from the cow.
Yeah. Do your Minecraft cow.
Mm.
Oh, we love that. Yeah.
The old front memory. The Minecraft cow. Go get some shirts of that. Sell them. Yeah, so basically she came.
That was the throwback.
Oh,
Another one.
She came back, gave me Bali Belly. I was fucking throwing up. Like every time
how did you get it then? Was you licking her anus?
That's classified information.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, I suppose so, yeah.
I'm not sure if she wants to say that. I'll have to ask her if she wants that cut.
Ask her. Oh.
No, I haven't actually. But anyway.
Yeah. Nothing's girlfriend's anus.
I caught it from her.
Yeah.
And every time I went to throw up, it'd be like in 3 sets.
You wasn't sniffing the knickers, was you?
And it'd all come out and I couldn't even drink. Like if I drank water too much, it would come out. So all I had was like water. And I drank too much water at once. I had to go throw up. So the other water that I was drinking slowly had warmed up. So when it came out, I could feel the water was really hot. And obviously I drank it when it was cold. So that was a weird sensation. And then the latest one came
sexual.
out. And that was obviously cold. So it's bare weird. And then when that's all gone, all the water out of my stomach, bile was coming out. And then I was just dry reaching until, because there was nothing left, but my body was still trying to throw up.
Bloody hell. That sounds like... Years ago, there was this program on the telly, yeah, and these guys were heroin addicts in Southeast Asia somewhere, right? And they was trying to wean them off heroin.
Yeah.
And they had to wean them off. They gave them this stuff to drink. And that's exactly what they used to do to bring out all the crap like that. That's exactly how it was.
Really?
Yeah, so it's got out all the toxins of their body.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's what they're feeding them is a bacteria that exists out there, and she's accidentally had it, and you've had it. It sounds exactly the same thing. And it was painful to watch.
Yeah, I've never
had. On the internet
I've never thrown up I've thrown up many times in my life, but never like that. Like
consecutively.
Yeah.
Violent, isn't it? Violent.
Yeah. Normally,
I've seen this on the telly.
Normally you throw up once and you feel a bit better.
Yeah.
You'll throw up like 5 times in one like set, and then you go back and feel just as bad, and you'll throw up later, and it'll just be like that. But I had to be ready for Friday because I had a party, so I was better.
He manifested.
Yeah, I was like, I need to be better for Friday, and so it only lasted 3 days for me.
I can get slaughtered and eat loads of food.
Yeah, and I got better.
Be sick.
Because I was thinking in my head, I was like, I need to be better by then, and I pretty much was. It's a bit of mind doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But obviously, Chris caught it while I was at the party.
He must have caught it from around the house.
Yeah. But what happened to you? What happened to you, huh?
Well, I came back from...
bad.
You thought I got fucked up.
Well, I came back from work, didn't I?
Oh, no.
The last hour of work, I was sort of feeling like a bit achy. I was like, what the hell?
A bit dicky,
I went to work like totally fine.
Bit dicky.
Yeah, feeling good. And then the last hour, I was kind of aching. I was like, oh, what's going on?
Where was you aching?
Like in my back. It was weird.
Kidneys.
Is that, yeah? Kidneys.
Kidneys right here.
Oh, fuck. That went up his ass.
And yeah, when I got back when I did get back from work, I was sort of laying there in bed and I started like shaking, but it wasn't like
was
normal.
there music on the radio?
It wasn't normal.
I'm sorry.
What?
No.
It wasn't like the normal.
It wasn't juggernauts or earthquakes or nothing.
No, it wasn't like your normal shivering like you're cold. It was like quite. I was actually shaking a lot. Like I thought I might be having a fit. It kind of reminded me when we used to have Holly.
Did you get your selfie stick out?
So you're shaking. No. You're shaking so much to the point you thought you was having a fit.
That's dangerous stuff.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Foreign bug.
Yeah, I was questioning because I was getting kind of worried because I didn't understand what was going on. Like, why it was shaking like this much, and I just wouldn't stop. My whole body was doing it.
You should have played some Michael Jackson music and videos.
Imagine just walk in and you just turn the music on and start filming him while he's dieting.
Yeah. Put that on TikTok. And yeah, so that lasted I don't know how long. Then I needed to throw up.
Classic.
Actually, I can't remember whether I needed to throw up or I needed like to go for a shit first. Like I had diarrhea.
Probably
I can't remember which one come first. But I did one or the other. But when I fucking threw up, it was so violent, it locked my jaw halfway through, and like my vomit's still like coming up and that, and I could feel like all the
your jaw dislocated as you threw up.
Yeah,
and it got locked in place, dislocated.
Yep. And when it was locked there, I could still feel, you know, the acid, the back of your throat when you sit. And I was thinking, oh shit, now I need to figure out how to like swallow, breathe with a dislocated jaw and get all this like acid out of the back of my throat. Right. And I was like trying to think, fuck, I have to learn all this, even though I'm feeling weak and shit. I'm shaking.
Just your jaw against the toilet. Porcelain.
Just rub some dirt on that bitch and walk it. Dry.
Yeah, well, like obviously my jaw's gone out of place like loads of times when I've yawned, but it's like I've just been able to click it back in pretty quickly.
Because you've got a clickety jaw, haven't you?
Yeah, it clicks and like in and out.
Oh, I can do that as well.
See, we got clickety jaws.
It doesn't dislocate.
Well, I can't do it side to side. It's when I go down and then it actually like moves out. I don't want to do it now.
Dislocated.
Don't.
No, don't do an example.
In case it gets stuck, yeah.
You need to talk.
Yeah, let's do the video first.
But yeah, that was bad. Like when I could feel all of it, and I wanted to get the acid out of the back of my throat, but I can't
control your jaw.
heave it, or like. But what I did, I tried to remain as calm as I could. I sort of put my mouth under the tap, put the water in it, and sort of tried to gargle it and stuff.
And he drowned.
I had to do that a few times. Yeah. And relieve some of it, and I think I got a lot of it out.
Well done.
I could still sort of feel it still. And then I went back to bed, and then I kept on needing to go to the toilet again. Like my stomach, I couldn't tell where I needed to go, like for a shit or I needed to throw up. It was, but after I threw up the first time, it was pretty much I just had diarrhea like all night, going up and down. And every time I stood up to go, like, it took it out of me so much. I felt like I was going to faint every time. Like my vision started going black and that. And then I think Charlotte phoned up one of the hospital lines. Yeah, so they could give us advice on what to do. They phoned back like 2 hours later and said, you need to go to the hospital.
Yeah, there's hoping
2 hours later, and there's like, he died an hour ago.
Yeah.
Okay, then we'll save us on fuel. Thanks.
But I think I'd woken up at like 9 o'clock that morning, and we probably left to go to the hospital at like 6 in the morning, maybe 7. I think I'd slept. I didn't sleep really. I probably combined half an hour maybe.
Oh.
And
the night I had it, I didn't because it's like in the middle of the night, and I went back.
Yeah.
I didn't sleep the rest of the night. I was just up.
Yeah, it's just
You can't sleep, can you?
no. And but when they told me to go to the hospital, I didn't go straight away because I couldn't stand. I was like, "There's no way. I'm so weak. I can't." Like, I'm only going to the toilet. It's like what, a couple like steps away from my bed, and I'm nearly fainting every time. So I was like, I just lay there for the next couple of hours, and then I just phoned my mum up, and she took us down there. And
It's mad how much.
How did she get you down
were.
the stairs?
I walked.
I wonder
Yeah.
why you're so much more weaker, because I didn't feel like that as close to that weak. I wonder if it's just because you got high metabolism and shit.
God knows why I felt so weak, but I felt well enough, just about to take myself to walk to the car and stuff like that, and not feel like I was about to faint a bit later. But then, it's in the waiting room for like 3 hours or whatever, and then I got to bed. I feel like I got to bed pretty quickly because I heard other people in the waiting room was like, "Oh yeah, I've been here like 15 hours." I was like, "Fucking hell!"
Jesus, they're really destroying
15 hours.
Yeah,
NHS.
but I lay down on the chairs. The Mum and Charlotte let me have their seats, and I just lay down because like sitting up was taking it out of me. Like I haven't held my body just like this.
Did you
sitting down?
Did
was
you feel
taking
better
it out
laying on
of
your
me.
back out of all positions?
No, just any position really, as long as I was laying down. But the first, like in the waiting room, I finally got put. I saw like 2 or 3 people, and then I got put to this 4th doctor, and he tried moving it around. Like they put like cotton buds in your like molars, and then put their hands in your mouth, and then he was trying to move it around. That was hurting.
What? So he puts his thumb over the cotton pads and put that on your teeth. You just
Fucking I'd have needed him in the bollocks.
Yeah.
fucking headbutted the gun.
And I was like, "Oh wait, can I go to the toilet?" And
That's
he was,
right. I've been. Sorry.
he was
You've got
like,
cloth, please.
A bit serious about it. You got cloth, please. I'm trying to call. Your fucking pants are full of shit.
But yeah, he let me go to the toilet. I came back, and then they sent me into my own like bed and
Oh, nice.
area.
TV and all that, yeah?
VIP.
Well, I didn't have.
You're just so
Don't have
lucky.
TV.
So lucky.
You get all the
Your
luck.
own room. You only had to wait for it. I wish I was you.
But yeah, they hooked me up. They gave me
Drip.
yeah,
Free.
and so they keep me hydrated and give me antibiotics for it as well. And then I was just back and forth from the loo, and then another doctor come in, and he was right. I've given you some fentanyl, so you're gonna start feeling woozy in a minute. And I felt that straight away as soon as they put it in me. I was like feeling so high. I was like, oh my God.
Great
And,
feeling, innit?
Chris doesn't even drink, so he must have been.
Yeah. I felt like I didn't feel any of my stomach pains anymore, but I feel like that.
Felt relaxed. Did you feel like you was floating?
Kind of, maybe, I guess. I don't know. But I think
I love that feeling.
the thing is, pretty quickly, he started putting his hands in my mouth and then fucking...
Trying to nick your feelings. You don't trust him, mate.
Because you got silver ones.
Yeah, they haven't had pay rise in ages. I think I earn more now than they do now.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised. But he was like proper trying to get it in. And before it started, Charlotte was like,
You grab him back. How do you think it feels?
But before it started, Charlotte said to him, "What are you going to do if you can't get it in?" He was like, "Don't worry, we'll get it in, all positive and all
We'll
that."
get it in, the ginger bastard.
5 hours later.
Yeah, he was proper trying to do it, and
It was the wrong technique, wasn't it?
I could feel him putting the longer his hands were in, he's putting more and more pressure down,
That's
pressure
no
down.
good. No, it's not.
And I was like,
break your bloody jaw.
I was just going, but I was like, it was getting louder and louder just so I could relieve the pain of what was going on. And you could just feel the pressure mounting down, going,
snap your bloody jaw.
And apparently, Charlotte said, he had, at one point, he had his knees on the bed. He was putting his full body weight on my fucking
Penis
jaw.
was hanging outside of his shorts. Charlotte's going,
Like 1 foot in the bed, he's got a crowbar in Chris's mouth, and he's going, "Fucking
his bollocks are sweet bouncing off his chin.
Somehow accidentally.
Fucking hell.
Oral sex.
Calm down, Dr. Shaw. What are you doing?
Fuck.
But that was the painful part, like most painful part, when
the balls hit your jaw.
When the balls hit his jaw. When Dr. Shah's balls hit in the jaw.
no,
Little ginger.
Dr. Cummins.
And he's like, oh, Mr. Shaw, he pulled a little sharp ginger fucking beard and knocking his scrotum.
Yeah, but no, the most the actual having my jaw dislocated wasn't actually that painful. It was just really discomfort, and I was like talking like this.
Welcome back, Chris. I haven't seen the real Chris for ages. Nice to see. It's nice when you was younger.
I don't know if you're allowed to do that.
Yeah. No, that's what I was talking like. I was like,
Even when you had to talk like that.
How? Because all these nurses are asking me questions like,
you can't do that.
When's your date of birth? And I'm like,
Still can't do that.
No, that's what I was like because my jaw was dislocated.
Yeah, you weren't
Great
allowed.
impression, though, that is. That could be a character for the show.
And that's what I was like.
I'll
right.
script that character.
Like, I sounded different and everything.
Mr. Lockjaw.
And
That's crazy. That must be so scary.
Well, it was. I felt like I was going through torture.
I'd hate you, wouldn't you? Big brown scrotum with chin.
That's the last thing I'd want.
Balinese-esque scrotum.
He's like, wow, his jaw's so wide.
Well, I felt it reminded me. I felt like I was being tortured because I think I've read about how they could give torture victims drugs, so it's not painful enough that they're going to pass out, but they can still feel it, and that's what I felt like.
God, you're sick.
Yeah.
Who reads stuff like that?
I just came across it. I didn't search it, but like
How to torture people and nearly kill them.
Yeah.
Fucking Damar or what?
Damon always comes back.
Yeah. But mum, I see mum was like tearing up because she used to see how painful.
Because of the fucking price of the car parking. I know. I took my dad there last week. £6.80 for 2 hours. I was in tears. Like, my dad's like, come on, son. I said, Daddy.
She sees the Apple Pay come through. It starts tearing up, and Chris sees it, and she's like, she really does care.
And Chris is like,
Well, it could have been, but I thought it was because she saw her son was in a lot of pain. But then that was
it was the car parking, wasn't it?
It was the car.
It's not just about all that you, Chris. You went, for fuck's sake, shut up.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't actually
do this.
I didn't
impression because that's Chris.
Yeah, it was, and I mean, I didn't get the confirmation for why she was crying, but I thought that was why. And so when I slightly went, because I had my eyes closed most of the day, I just felt so out of it. But when I did open my eyes, I saw her go like this, and I was like, oh no, now I'm feeling emotional because she's getting emotional. And then these two, and then I opened my eyes again, and then I see my mum set Charlotte off, and she's getting emotional because of
does
my
she
mum.
have to pay for car parking as well?
Well, she probably just asked Charlotte to chip in.
Can you lend us a £5?
Yeah.
Sake, like, do you know what I mean?
I was going through
pay rise in a month.
Yeah, I was going through so much pain, and then in the end, he gave up. He couldn't fucking put it back.
He went home. He ain't been back since.
He had the parking to do as well. They don't give him parking.
He's a car parking attendant.
Yeah. But like
part time to make more money.
He went for a few intervals of stopping, like because obviously it was probably taking it out of
He was
him.
getting knackered. Yeah,
Yeah, he was getting.
I'm going to bed for an hour, so I'll be back.
How long was he trying?
I had to regather myself.
12
I was
hours?
like, yeah. I just sat there together, and he was like, "All right, you ready to go again?" And I was like,
Sounds
"Fuck
like
it
what
now."
giving birth sounds like.
Well, Mum said it looked like it was more painful than when I gave birth.
Well,
Jesus.
actually, I've heard people say this is women that have given birth and had other things done to them through accidents and stuff. And they said, "Oh yeah, that was more painful than giving birth. Much more painful."
Yeah.
Giving birth ain't shit.
Well, to be
I mean,
fair,
it's painful, but there are things that are more painful. Women have said that have given birth and had other things.
yeah. Well,
Oh,
Mum
yeah.
says she's had things more painful than giving birth, and I think injections in her spine might have been one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure giving birth is very painful. There's so many fucking
But,
painful
your mum
things
should
in
know
the
because
world.
it hurt when it stung a bit when she gave birth to you lot.
Yeah.
So that
Chris-
the back
Chris
thing
is fucking massive.
It's more painful. Oh, he had a fucking huge head. It was the size of this table.
No wonder his jaw doesn't fucking fit properly.
It was huge. It is so. Your head was so huge. Yeah. Afterwards, your mum got up to go for a wee. Yeah. She sat in the toilet and it disappeared up her. You stretched it that much. Yeah. Fucking hell.
Let's
Yeah.
ask Mum if we can.
She
keep
was
that
looking a
in.
bit flush at the time.
Wait,
Gaping.
so how
But,
long was the
the-
guy
the-
trying for?
I don't know. It felt
Was it
like
hours?
forever. I should have asked him
So he's
actually
there
how long
ripping
it was
the jaw
actually.
for hours. Mum's tearing up. Charlotte's tearing up.
Yeah.
It's all emotional. You're
Yeah,
on drugs.
I'm like-
Dr. Shaw's tearing up. She's fucked.
I should have asked. I should have asked how manly my screams were. But,
Probably not manly at all.
I felt like it was. I was like,
Yeah, I know. I would assume you thought it was.
in my head. I felt like
You was,
least-
you was
I felt
probably
like-
going.
He's put like Lisa Simpson.
I felt like.
What's she sound like?
I can't do that high pitch.
Oh,
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
in my head-
pterodactyl. Baby pterodactyl.
Just screeching.
in my head, I sounded.
His
I,
arms are going like that.
In Chris's head, he thinks he's like Chris.
His jaws like that.
And Chris is just picturing like Chris Hemsworth playing Thor.
yeah, I
in
did.
Marvel.
I felt like I
Who's
sounded.
Chris Hemsworth?
Well, I
really
felt
jacked.
like, yeah,
really
that
masculine.
Thor. I felt like I sounded like Thor, the God of Thunder, when he was trying to repair his thunder hammer, and he was trying to rework the dying star, and he was
Mjolnir.
getting beamed by the dying star whilst trying
And
to
he's pulling it together.
yeah, pull it together, and he's taking all the energy of the dying star, hitting him, and he's
I didn't know you was into astrology.
No, he's watching Marvel lately.
Stuff.
oh,
Oh,
he's also a character in Marvel.
That didn't happen in the
But that's what I
mythology.
felt like.
Oh,
As I was,
happened in
I was
Marvel
holding on to the
phase.
bars.
Norse mythology.
Phase three.
Yeah, as I was holding onto the bars of the bed in the
Yeah.
hospital, I felt like Thor holding onto the
Oh, yeah, that
mechanical
helped that time, didn't
machines
it?
of the
Yeah,
dying
yeah.
star, and I was like,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
go in, go in.
But really, he was like Baby Groot.
God knows what I actually sounded like, but
It's amazing what your body does, isn't it, to get through these things. isn't it?
yeah, because I felt
crazy.
like shouting and holding and everything was giving me a bit more relief, and to give him longer to try and get it in, as I felt the
Yeah.
pressure going more and more down on my jaw, a whole weight of a man and a dying star, well, probably just a man, but it felt like a dying star.
Yeah.
But
You're used to a
going
weight
down
of a
on
man,
me.
though, aren't you?
No, I'm
With
not.
his balls in his chin.
But, so yeah, he gave up in the end, and he said, "Look, you might have
Well, I'm
to."
going home, fuck this job.
He was like,
Yeah.
I've barely been
I've
paid
got
anything
an
for this shit.
interview at fucking Argos later.
I'm getting paid way more there.
They got a fucking shit warehouse lad down there thinking of sacking him.
He hasn't turned up in
Yeah, he
weeks.
ain't turned up. He ain't turned up tonight, apparently.
Pretending he's ill.
Last straw, yeah.
He gave up, left, and didn't see him for the rest of the day. I think Mum and
Trust
Charlotte said Mum and Dad saw him. Mum and Charlotte saw him walk past a couple of times, but
With a rope
Still
in his
crying.
hand.
it must
Putting a stool behind him, dragging it.
he was so confident though, and it must have shattered that confidence that he had when he told us, "Don't worry, we'll get it in."
He quit,
Yeah.
retired.
A bit later on, a nurse came in and they was like, "All right, we're going to give you muscle relaxer first before."
Was that a female or a
do
male
it.
nurse giving you muscle relaxing?
It was a female.
Oh, that's all right then.
Yeah. And
Don't like pain, do we?
so she gave me that, and then she came back in. We went for round 2, didn't we? Fucking.
I thought she was going to come back in with sideburns when she's doing that.
No, well, she
Round
they
2.
was rubbing here, trying to like massage.
What, rubbing
the mus-
herself there, or you? Oh, rubbing you.
Well, yeah, rubbing me.
She was rubbing your face. There. She wasn't rubbing herself.
Well, she started off with putting
With her
a
face.
cotton wool in my mouth and then pressing down and stuff. And I was like, all right, and
This is
pulling
the
it.
new
They
nurse.
like pull it and shit like this. They're like pulling it and pressing down and yank it like yank.
I don't think this is a common procedure, is it? This sounds like there was It's a lot of trial and error going on there.
Sounds like they've just been hired because they can't get any jobs.
It does sound
like the agency.
It's just fucking throwing shit at the wall.
It does sound like that, but I did look up like beforehand, like how to do it.
Before it dislocated, before you was ill.
Yeah, I looked up how I could try and do it myself, and they did say about the same sort of movements that they were doing. But she was struggling off as well, and I was like, wait, pardon me. I was like, wait, let me gather myself so she can carry on doing it because it fucking gets to you. It does submitting to that much pain. Costume. I was like, wait, can I just gather myself before you go again? And then she started sort of massaging it a lot and that, and then
she's getting excited.
And then it just fucking slipped in,
didn't
it?
Popped up.
It just fucking sort of slipped in.
So she did it while just prepping it. She was just massaging it and it accidentally went in.
Well, the other bloke did massage me a bit as well, but I think it was...
He was getting an erection.
You weren't as aroused,
He was getting an erection, weren't he, the other bloke? When you do that, fuck, I'm going to have to stop.
Chris is probably, when it was the woman...
Like smack him in the fucking
He's probably drooling a bit, so everything's a bit more moist and it just slipped right in somehow, even though the moisture's outside the bone. But I don't know, there's some kind of joke there.
I'm guessing they didn't want to give me the muscle relaxer because I had diarrhea, so they didn't want me to shit in their fucking bed. That is. I
would have just forced it out on purpose then.
But
back at them.
Oh, actually, before the lady did that, I threw up again after the bloke had done.
Yeah.
And I threw up with my dislocated jaw, and it was horrible because it all come out my nose as well.
Yeah.
And I
can't
threw up
control
in
it,
it, and it was going up and up and filling the thing that they saw.
Yeah.
And I thought it was going to
stop. The little grey hat.
Yeah.
I can't afford like bowls.
Sick cardboard box, and it was fucking. I could see it coming up so fast. I was like,
"What did you fuck hell?" I was like, looking and just reached his face. He drowned again.
It was coming out my nose and everything. I guess because my jaw was dislocated, so it was just coming up. I didn't have any control of it, and God, and it started tipping over a little bit, and I had to fucking wipe myself.
Carrots coming out your nose.
Yeah.
Point a bit, whole one comes out like that, and then the green bit.
And after I clean myself up, I need
whole sandwich comes out.
Whole sandwich comes out. A lot of mayonnaise.
Whole plate of roast.
Yeah, roast beef and potatoes, all trimmings.
Buffet was just sitting there.
You know, a whole buffet with like 13,000 people.
All you can eat.
Yeah. And the restaurant.
And the fucking waitress and waiters.
Yeah, and the boss, cashier, and the bar.
It's gone forever. And the parking.
Yeah. And the pathway outside. And the zebra crossing. And the bank. Yeah.
The country.
The neighbourhood.
The whole planet mate, the universe. The whole solar system. Yeah.
Christ.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
But once I cleaned myself up and that, I could smell it because it had come through my nose and it was sitting in my nose, and I had to like sort that out with tissue, blow my nose and that. But and then after that, a bit later, obviously, the nurse was able to sort me out and she got it back in, and that was such a relief.
That's like, good at a nurse. I thought the doctor had done it. The nurse got it in.
Yeah, the woman,
32 minutes while they just...
Yeah, no, I'll wrap up. And so that was such a relief. I've never been so relieved to have my jaw back, and it was like, oh God, I can talk properly. My voice is a bit deeper now.
Oh, you sound nice.
It looks like 4.
I was just like, oh, thank you.
And you fucking kissed him. Grabbed his head and went...
Well,
love you.
Nah, it was a female that got it in, but...
Oh yeah, he does like females.
Yeah.
You do, don't you? He loves women.
He couldn't even say women right because it was a lie.
You couldn't say it with a straight face.
People are going to be convinced Chris is actually gay.
There's
nothing wrong with it.
No,
he's just actually straight.
So, I went 9 hours with a dislocated jaw, and that was fucking well bad. But
9 hours of a dislocated jaw, that's a good title.
Yeah.
And
spot on.
So after that was done with, I just had to deal with the rest of it. But that was still fucking well bad, wasn't it?
Yeah, you had to deal with the rest of the disease. Which
the rest of the
worse,
disease. I was drained and everything. It took a good at least 5 days to start feeling
5
good.
Days.
I hadn't eaten a whole meal in like four days. Just couldn't stomach it. And the stomach thing, that stuck around the longest. Like I started feeling like I could eat more, but I still had the ache there. I couldn't tell whether I was hungry, I needed to be sick, or I needed to go to the toilet.
That's exactly what I said. I was like, I can't tell if the pain is the actual disease or I'm hungry now.
Yeah.
Or
and did you ever get any swabs done and sent off to the labs or anything for this?
I didn't. But
I was eating the second day and then I partied the third. Got fucked up.
Yeah. As soon as I could eat, I started eating and tried to eat as much as I could. But I hadn't eaten for so long. I was able to eat like 1 meal a day for a couple of days. But after that, I started eating more and more because I think I'd gotten over it And but I had no energy because I'd had so little food for so long, so I still felt weak. But yeah, I've got all my energy back now, eating normally, thank God. I hope that is the worst fucking day of my life, bar the one that I almost got a coma.
How about that?
Yeah, I know. Who would have thought, eh?
Thanks to Beth.
I know. Yeah, I guess.
The locals, the Balinese folks, that probably wouldn't even affect them.
Yeah,
but
they look at us
foreigners
like
from across the world. Bitches. You're not immune to it.
I know.
And that's how like the white.
That's how dangerous bacteria is. Like foreign bacteria.
If your body's not adapted.
Are you going to talk about when you shit yourself, or is that getting you not comfortable about talking about shitting yourself?
Well, I was shitting myself in bed because of the muscle relaxer to give me to put my jaw back in. I wasn't able to hold anything in my sleep, so yeah, I was shitting myself in
the
bed.
That's funny, isn't it?
Yeah, it's funny. I loved it. I loved waking up and feeling like I've soiled myself, like a heaviness in your underwear.
What's funny? No.
And each time, I had to fucking shower. And I was so weak as well. Having to stand up in a shower and wash myself when you got no energy and you're just like...
That feels like that all the time.
So long. It was so annoying. But I'd shower myself a couple of times once I got out of bed. And it was the worst thing ever.
Remember I listened to this podcast where it's like 3 mates doing it. And they have like a lot of stories of shitting themselves. And I think that's crazy. I don't really know anyone that shit themselves. They've got a lot of stories. And since we started the podcast, you shit yourself. So...
Well, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't have if it wasn't for the muscle relaxer because I don't know.
Fun connection. I think it's something to do if you start a podcast with 3 people, you shit yourself.
Yeah. God. But I didn't even realise I was like sleeping and I was just sort of, I was waking up a lot through the night and I woke up and realised what had happened. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, this is disgusting. It felt disgusting and I couldn't do anything about it.
But you're great now, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm great now.
It just goes to show how fragile we are.
Oh, yeah.
Really, and how things can change just like that.
Yeah.
And how our lives can change just like that. We're not forever going to be.
We're not immortal.
We're always evolving.
We're all very mortal.
I know.
Reminds you of your
when you become like really old or
your mortality, shall I say?
And stuff, you've got something debilitating and all that.
Not me though. I just
people out there, suffering all the time.
That's the kind of thing that's the only thing that makes you want to have daughters, isn't it?
What, men grabbing your jaw?
No, when you're really ill and you think, God, my sons, they probably won't look after me.
That's right. Correct.
Women are so much more caring.
So right there, son.
Yeah. So, I suffered alone though the whole time. No one was there for me.
Yeah, you did.
Well, Beth was there, but she had to work.
Well, Charlotte asked about you.
Yeah,
and
Charlotte did look after you, and she's anyway. Basically, we both got when we did get looked after, it was women.
Oh yeah.
So it goes to show women are just like way more caring than men are.
I look after my dad when I can. Took him shopping again today.
Yeah.
But I couldn't come and see you while you had that lurgy though, because if my dad called that would kill
anyone to catch that.
I wasn't going to come round. That's why we're recording. I've got a day to edit this bloody podcast, but I didn't want to spread it and give it to anyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think my dad could handle that.
But we should probably wrap this up now because it's 40 minutes.
Oh, no, Jesus Christ.
40 minutes?
Yeah. But it makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway,
that podcast was sick.
Check on your health. You got a lump, check on that. If your anus is sore, check on that. Everyone look out for their health.
God, tell you what,
I think that's the message.
I wiped my ass so many times I ended up cutting like my gooch, and like when I was sleeping I could feel it tearing, like a tear.
Right.
So many times I went to the toilet.
Well, there you go. You know what they say.
And
I can feel it, son.
And I got hemorrhoids after it as well.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, so I had to deal with that after.
You got suffering with the old Jeremys.
Well, I haven't got anything now. But
this feels like that podcast I watched.
You're not the only one with the old Jeremy Kyle.
Anyway, everyone look after your gooch.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's a gooch?
And your anus.
The bit between testicles and your anus, like that bit of skin.
Well, it's called a gooch.
Yeah, that's for short. I can't remember the actual.
Well, if it's short, what have you got a long one? What's it called?
A long gooch.
I can't remember the actual scientific term, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it does derive from one of the names for that area.
Sounds racist.
Phone's dying.
Yeah, I guess on to the next pod. Yes, really.
See you later.
Yeah.
Look out for your health and look out for your asshole.
Look out for your gooch.
Yeah.
Hey? I've got a pair of Gucci somewhere.
I just remember when you go Bali, don't have their fucking ice cubes or water. Or anywhere,
don't
really.
Eat and drink.
I always had bottled water. Always.
Bali Belly.
I never had the water and the ice cubes.
Can cause lockjaw. God damn.
There's all sorts of damage. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep those wagons rolling. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Right. Wow.